Hello, it's PolishPolVR, welcome to the channel, and as always I hope you all alright and sound, and of course playing some awesome PlayStation VR games and waiting for some awesome game to release. Very good news video today. I always like to share good news. We've got latest information about Alvo, and also we've got some information about the games that coming out next week, which shapes to be a PSVR biggest week in a while. So maybe let's just jump into it. Starting from Alvo, the developers said on their Discord, when they've been asked about the beta for PlayStation VR, they said we cannot give you the release date yet, but it will be very soon. So how soon, I don't know. I'm hearing the game is scheduled with the release window in November. So maybe those of you who applied for beta, maybe it will happen in October, hopefully. I'm not sure, but it looks like it. We're probably gonna be surprised by how soon it is. It looks like they're getting very ready for it. But also another information is they said they're gonna probably release new trailer, and this trailer should feature zoom scopes. So it was something what they was struggling with, and they wasn't sure if they be able to do it. But it looks like maybe we're gonna have it, maybe they managed to do it. It's something what even Firewall didn't work out. Honor and Duty did it like it's kind of like this 2D image close to your face, so that's how they went about it. Because of course it's a struggle for the developers. As we know, the games in VR have to render twice, image per each eye. But when you're doing zoom scopes, you basically render the game 4 times, so that's why it's so expensive for the developers to do. But maybe they gonna manage to do it, I don't know. But one thing I know, after seeing the latest trailer they showed, you know what, this game looks amazing. They showed some fighting, but also they showed some tools you can use, like this little remote control cars, and sending the bunch of dogs, the gang of angry dogs on people. That's pretty cool as well. So yeah, it looks like they worked on everything properly. Graphically, the game looks amazing. I know a year or so ago they showed this first gameplay trailer and people was kind of disappointed. Even though I always was saying, do not worry, it's just pre-alpha footage. And now look how far this game come. After 3 years of the development, it's finally coming. My best guess is, on the day of release, it's probably gonna be the biggest shooter on PSVR. Okay, anyway, moving on to the next stories, which is next week releases, and next week looks amazing. So let me just tell you about the games you are about to play and probably buy. So we're gonna start from Until You Fall, coming out on 29th of September. This is a combat game, a physical combat game, so you're probably gonna enjoy that. We just had Swordman, and look at that, another one coming. This one of course got very different vibes, as you can see on the trailer. It's all set in this kind of like a neon, strange demonic monstery world. It works pretty great. Also it's got amazing soundtrack, and also it comes from the amazing developer Shell Games. They always delivering, you know them from I Expect You to Die. So what's happening in Until You Fall? It's a game when you bury 2 swords, probably one heavier than other, in both hands. Pretty cool. And then you off fighting your opponents. Once you fighting off, then you fighting the big angry nasty boss and you have to beat him. So how you doing it is a bit different than in the Swordman, because of course you've got all the usual slashy attacks, but also the weapons got special powers what you can use. Also the enemies, you have to proper beat them up in order to deliver critical hits, which is done by the like an arrows indicating on your screen. Also the enemies got attacks what you cannot dodge, the heavy attacks. But what you can do, you can dash in this game as well, so looks very fun, costing $19.99 on PC. So my estimated price for PSVR is gonna be the same, $19.99 slash euro slash probably like 16 quid in UK. The game looks great and I'm very excited for it, but also what looks great, what's releasing on exactly same day, and probably the biggest game of the day, but not of the week, is Walking Dead Onslaught. We all hyped for that one, costing $29.99 for standard edition, $39.99 for the deluxe edition, which gives you some digital goodies. Also you can pre-order the physical edition of the game. In Europe the physical coming earlier on 3rd of October, in US the physical edition, if you want the game on the disc, it's gonna be about 11th of October. Give it maybe plus minus few days, as we know during this pandemic all the deliveries are weird, so I'm hoping maybe my PS5 gonna come early. But of course, knowing my look, it's gonna come late. Nevertheless, let's speak about The Walking Dead, because of course this is gonna get compared to Saints and Sinners a lot. Those two games are very, very different. Saints and Sinners, of course, based in a comic book universe. The Walking Dead Onslaught sales is happening during the TV series universe. Now, when it comes to combat and everything, the games are a bit different as well. So, Saints and Sinners, you've got this kind of slow-paced simulation of fighting with walkers, and also you fighting humans and human NPCs. In Walking Dead Onslaught, it's fast-paced arcade action when you only fighting walkers. In Saints and Sinners, you've got stamina, what you can run out, so you have to watch for that. In Onslaught, you don't. You can just feel free to slash, massacre and kill your enemies. Also in Saints and Sinners you've got crafting, and also in Onslaught you've got crafting, but in Saints and Sinners your weapons break, while in Onslaught they're gonna stay. Once you craft something, you get to keep it, but that doesn't mean you have to end your crafting there, because they've got very nice upgrade system for each weapon, so you'll still be collecting materials and making your weapons better. And also what they added, what is not in Saints and Sinners, you rebuilding the city, so basically new buildings, new stuff, and also the story is from perspective of two characters as well, and also it's got this more realistic graphic style. When it comes to gore, the disassembly system, the physical based combat, of course it's all here. When it comes to locomotion options, like I said in my yesterday's video, you can swing your arm around to walk, you can teleport, or you can have smooth locomotion. The game only will be supporting move controllers, of course, for the immersion, and it's kind of hands heavy. The game will have 17 story missions, and the developer said the length of the game is about 10 to 17 hours. So The Walking Dead Onslaught definitely did everything right. The only thing what's missing from the announcement is the co-op. Of course they had to remove it to make the game better for single player experience. They basically just concentrated exclusively on single player, and it shows, because the first gameplay trailer, you know what, it was alright, but it wasn't great, while this one now, the improvements of the game are massive, and the trailer is great as well. I cannot wait for this game. Like I said, next week is huge. So anyway, that's not everything. Moving on to the biggest release of the week probably, coming from Electronic Arts, is Star Wars Squadrons. Do I have to mention this game? Gonna cost you $39.99, and like with pretty much every game, you can pre-order it now, get deluxe edition if you want, and also you can get physical edition on same day as well if you like to collect your games on the disc. The game will have single player campaign, which gonna be viewed from the good and bad space people perspective, but also it's gonna have multiplayer gonna have 3 different game modes. If you don't like to play in multiplayer with people, you'll be able to play it with bots. You'll be playing this game with DualShock or HOTAS flight stick. No move controller support. The game won't have microtransactions. You'll be earning everything through the gameplay, 5 versus 5 multiplayer, and also co-op multiplayer as well, and of course single player as well. So it's a massive big game, and also I cannot stress it enough, because I know we all was there, all of us who bought PlayStation VR early, we all played this Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars Rogue One VR mission, and it was amazing, and we were screaming for the games like this, and finally all those years later it's happening. So Electronic Arts definitely made everyone very, very happy person. So as you can see, next week is awesome. I'm gonna plan to pick up and play all of those 3 games. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it, but if not, let me know what you're gonna be buying what you're gonna buy, or what you pre-ordered already, or maybe you're buying everything. It would be nice to know. And of course during the Star Wars I probably gonna play with some of you, just like I'm gonna do on Sunday with Minecraft. So you know what, it's just gonna be fun. I'm gonna have tons of fun online very soon. So I'm planning, maybe not now, but in the future when I'm less busy, like once a week playing with subs would be nice. Okay, anyway, if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like, because it does helps the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And that's it, bye.